the 10 strangest and most mysterious islands in the world. Number 10. The Cat Island of Tashirojima. Off the coast of Japan, there is a place where human beings are a minority, and the true kings of the territory walk on four paws. Welcome to Tashirojima, better known as Cat Island. Here, a population of fewer than 100 people, mostly elderly, coexists with hundreds upon hundreds of cats that roam freely through the streets, ports, and forests. The felines outnumber the humans by a ratio of almost 10 to 1. The origin of this feline overpopulation dates back to Japan's Edo period. The island was a center for sericulture, the raising of silkworms, and cats were introduced to protect the valuable worms from mice and other pests. Over time, the silk industry declined. The human population aged and shrank, but the cats, considered bearers of good luck and well cared for by local fishermen, thrived and multiplied uncontrollably. Today, Tashirojima is a strange tourist attraction. Dogs are banned so as not to disturb the feline residents, and a shrine dedicated to cats has been built in the center of the island. Visiting this place is like entering a surreal dream, a post-apocalyptic world where nature has taken its course and cats have inherited the earth, creating one of the most unusual and bizarre societies on the planet. Number 9. The Island of the Dolls. In the canals of Xochimilco, near Mexico City, lies one of the most creepy and tragic islands in the world. Known as the Isla de las Muñecas, or Island of the Dolls, this small piece of land is not inhabited by people, but by hundreds of old, decapitated, and mutilated dolls hanging from the trees. Their empty eyes and broken limbs create a nightmarish atmosphere that attracts tourists and ghost hunters alike. Legend has it that the island's only inhabitant, a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera, found the body of a little girl who had drowned in the canal. Shortly after, he found a doll floating in the same spot, and, tormented by the girl's spirit, he hung it from a tree as an offering and a sign of respect. For 50 years, he continued to collect and hang dolls he found in the trash or in the canals, believing that each one contained the spirit of a child and that he was appeasing the soul of the little drowned girl. The most chilling part of the story is its end. In 2001, Don Julian himself was found drowned in the exact same spot where, according to him, he had found the girl half a century earlier. Today, the island remains as his macabre shrine. Visitors claim that the dolls whisper, move their heads, and follow people with their eyes, turning this chinampa into a disturbing testament to loneliness, madness, and a mystery that refuses to die. Number 8. Socotra, the island from another world. Off the coast of Yemen, in the Indian Ocean, lies a place so isolated and unique that it has been described as the strangest place on Earth. The island of Socotra looks like a set from a science fiction movie. Its geological isolation for more than 6 million years has allowed for the evolution of flora and fauna found nowhere else on the planet. More than a third of its plants are endemic, making it a true Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. Socotra's vegetation is what makes it so strange. The most famous tree is the dragon's blood tree, an umbrella-shaped species that produces a deep red sap, used since antiquity as varnish and medicine. There is also the cucumber tree and the bottle tree, succulent species with swollen trunks and grotesque shapes that look like something out of a surrealist artist's imagination. The landscape is a mix of white sand beaches, limestone plateaus, and rugged mountains. Visiting Socotra is like traveling to another planet without leaving Earth. Its unique biodiversity has earned it UNESCO World Heritage status, but its ecosystem is incredibly fragile. The island is a living laboratory of evolution, a biological treasure that shows us how strange and wonderful life can be when allowed to evolve in complete isolation. Number 7. North Sentinel Island. In the Bay of Bengal lies North Sentinel Island, home to one of the most isolated and mysterious tribes in the world. The Sentinelese have violently rejected any contact with the outside world for at least 60,000 years. They live as if in the Stone Age, subsisting on hunting and gathering, and are believed to be unfamiliar with agriculture or fire. Any attempt to approach, whether by sea or by air, is met with a shower of arrows and spears. The Indian government, to whom the island belongs, has established a 5-kilometer exclusion zone around it to protect both outsiders from the tribe's hostility and the Sentinelese themselves from modern world diseases, to which they have no immunity. Very little is known about their language, their culture, or their exact population, which is estimated to be between 50 and 150 individuals. The few existing images and videos have been taken from a safe distance and show a vigilant and completely autonomous people. North Sentinel Island represents the last bastion of an uncontacted human society. It is a living anthropological enigma. How have they managed to survive in total isolation for millennia? What stories and knowledge do they hold? These are questions that will likely never be answered, as respecting their desire to be left alone is the only possible policy. The island is a reminder that in our hyperconnected world, some frontiers still remain unbreachable. Number 6. Poveglia, the Island of Ghosts. Located in the Venetian Lagoon, Italy, the small island of Poveglia has one of the darkest and most terrifying histories in Europe. During Roman times, it was used to isolate victims of the plague. Centuries later, during the Black Death and the Middle Ages, the island became a gigantic mass grave. It is estimated that more than 160,000 infected people were sent there to die, and their bodies were burned in enormous pyres. The island's soil is said to be composed of 50% human ash. But the macabre story doesn't end there. In 1922, a psychiatric hospital was built on the island. Legend has it that a sadistic doctor performed horrific experiments, such as lobotomies, on his patients. This doctor claimed to be tormented by the ghosts of the plague victims. Eventually, driven mad by the visions, he threw himself from the hospital's bell tower. Although a nurse witnessed the act, she claimed he did not die from the fall, but was choked in midair by a mist that emerged from the ground. Today, Poveglia is completely abandoned, and access is strictly forbidden by the Italian government. Fishermen refuse to go near for fear of snagging human remains in their nets. Paranormal investigators who have managed to visit describe it as one of the most active locations in the world, filled with screams, wails, and apparitions. It is an island literally haunted by its tragic past. Number 5. Easter Island and its moai. In the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, thousands of kilometers from any continent, lies Easter Island, or Rapa Nui. It is one of the most remote inhabited places in the world, but its fame comes from a monumental archaeological mystery. The nearly 900 giant stone statues called moai that dot its landscape. These monolithic figures, some up to 10 meters tall and weighing 80 tons, were carved and erected by a Polynesian civilization centuries ago. The central enigma that has baffled scientists for generations is how this isolated society, with primitive tools, managed to carve, transport, and raise these colossal statues. Theories are many, from the use of wooden sleds and ropes to the idea that they walked the statues by rocking them. Furthermore, what exactly do they represent? It is believed they are the faces of deified ancestors who watched over their descendants. Another mystery is the collapse of this civilization. When Europeans arrived in 1722, they found a decimated population and a devastated ecosystem. The most accepted theory is that the obsession with building moai led to the total deforestation of the island, causing internal wars and famine. Easter Island is a silent and powerful lesson on the fragility of civilizations and a monument to incredible human ambition whose true purpose still holds secrets. Number 4. The Bermuda Triangle and its islands. The Bermuda Triangle is not an island, but a vast and mythical region of the North Atlantic, where ships and planes have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. However, at the heart of this area lies the island of Bermuda itself, a place that has been the starting point or the last known port for many of these unexplained tragedies. The legend of the Triangle has been fueled by dozens of disappearances that defy any logical explanation. One of the most famous cases is that of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers that vanished during a training exercise in 1945. The last radio transmissions indicated that their compasses were malfunctioning and they were completely disoriented. What's stranger is that the rescue seaplane sent to find them, with 13 men on board, also disappeared without a trace. No wreckage from any of the 6 aircraft was ever found. Although scientists try to explain these phenomena with theories about rogue waves, pockets of methane gas erupting from the seabed, or electromagnetic anomalies that interfere with navigation instruments, no single theory explains all the cases. The islands within and around the triangle, like the Bahamas and Bermuda, are the epicenter of a modern mystery that refuses to be solved, a black hole on the map where the laws of physics seem, at times, not to apply. Number 3. Oak Island and its money pit. Off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, lies Oak Island, a small island that is the stage for the longest and most expensive treasure hunt in history. The mystery began in 1795 when a young man discovered a circular depression in the ground under an oak tree. Convinced it was the work of pirates, he began to dig, discovering a series of oak platforms every 10 feet, 3 meters down. This was the beginning of the legend of the money pit. For over 200 years, numerous expeditions costing millions of dollars and the lives of 6 men have attempted to unearth the supposed treasure. The pit appears to be protected by a series of ingenious engineering traps. At a certain depth, tunnels deliberately flood with seawater through man-made underground channels, thwarting every excavation attempt. A stone slab was found with an inscription in an unknown code, which, supposedly translated, reads, 40 feet below, 2 million pounds lie buried. No one knows who built this incredibly complex structure or what it protects. Theories range from the lost treasure of Captain Kidd or Blackbeard to Marie Antoinette's crown jewels, Shakespeare's manuscripts, or even the Holy Grail. Oak Island is an engineering enigma, a historical mystery, and an obsession that has consumed fortunes and lives, all for a treasure that may or may not exist. Number 2. Hashima, the ghost battleship island. About 15 kilometers from Nagasaki, Japan, an island that looks like an abandoned concrete fortress emerges from the sea. This is Hashima Island, nicknamed Gunkanjima, or Battleship Island, for its resemblance to a warship. For nearly a century, it was one of the most densely populated places on Earth. At its peak, more than 5,000 coal miners and their families were crammed into its tall apartment buildings, working for the Mitsubishi Company. Life on Hashima was harsh, especially during World War II, when Korean and Chinese prisoners of war were forced to work in the mines under inhumane conditions. However, in 1974, when coal was replaced by oil, the mine was closed. The evacuation was so swift that the island was frozen in time. Apartments full of furniture, 1970s television sets, and children's toys were left behind, abandoned to the mercy of the elements. Today, Hashima is a decaying ghost town, a haunting symbol of the rapid rise and fall of Japanese industrialization. The sepulchral silence is broken only by the wind and the sound of waves crashing against the concrete walls. The island served as inspiration for the villain's lair in the James Bond film Skyfall, and visiting it is like walking through a post-apocalyptic world, a powerful and melancholic monument to thousands of forgotten lives. Number 1. Bermeja Island, the territory that disappeared. The strangest mystery of all is not about an island you can visit, but about one that no longer exists. For centuries, Bermeja Island appeared on maps and navigational charts, located about 100 kilometers off the Yucatan Peninsula in the Gulf of Mexico. It was clearly marked on official maps from the 16th to the 20th century and was of vital strategic importance to Mexico, as its existence significantly expanded its rights over rich oil fields in the ocean. The problem began in 1997, when the Mexican government needed to define its maritime border with the United States and sent ships to verify Bermeja's location. They found nothing. The island, which should have been there according to hundreds of years of cartography, simply did not exist. Exhaustive searches were conducted with the latest sonar and satellite technology, but the result was the same. Only water. The island had completely vanished. Theories about its disappearance are varied and extreme. Some geologists suggest it might have been a sand island that eroded or sank due to a tectonic shift. But conspiracy theories are much more popular. They suggest the island was dynamited by the CIA to deny Mexico rights to the oil, an explosive and unproven accusation. Bermeja is the only known case of a territory disappearing from the face of the earth, a geographical and political enigma that turns a dot on a map into the ultimate island mystery.
Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Give it a like, comment your thoughts, and share this video with your friends and family.